Father God, Lord, I just thank you for this opportunity. Just please just let us use this opportunity to spread hope to the world, to be able to share what it is you want us to share, that somebody may get something from it, God. That's what we're here for. We just want to use this pedestal as a sounding block for the world, and that even if it helps one person, that's what we came to do. We thank you in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
Amen.
Guys, we're here with another episode of the Discipline and Legacy podcast. We got an amazing guest today. My guy, Zed. Zed is, I met him last year. I don't know if he remembers me or not, but my son's a big fan of his. He makes amazing wheels. He's a car enthusiast. He's, we were already talking about cars right before we started here, but, I'm super, super blessed to have him here as a guest. And thank you for coming, man.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I really was surprised and happy when you texted me. Since I was like, I would love to do a podcast in America. And I really believe that there's no coincidence. And after that, you just texted and offered me exactly what I wanted. And I'm very happy.
Yeah, no coincidences at all, man. There never is. And I've realized that now that, everybody kind of says the same. They're like, man, I was looking to do that. And it ended up happening. And so definitely glad to have you. And to start the interview off, I just, like with Discipline and Legacy, folks kind of see us, in the state that we're in now. They kind of say, hey, this guy's successful. He's doing well for himself. He's got a big following, but they don't get to see the story of how we got there, how we
Absolutely.
got to that point. The times where we couldn't pay our electric bill, the times where we're struggling, where we didn't want to live anymore. Sometimes, for me, my past was dark, but I don't regret any of it, because without going through that, I wouldn't be who I am today. And I'm super happy with who I am today. So that's kind of what we want to do, is kind of showcase that. And so I guess we'll start there, man. Let's talk about a little bit of your childhood, where you were born, how you were raised, and kind of bring us up to speed on where you're at now.
Sure. Thank you again for having me. My name is Zed, for those who don't know me. I was born and raised in Romania, moved when I turned 7 to Austria with my parents. So the story was that my parents were invited by an aunt of my mom to Austria for like 2 weeks to spend there on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
But they had to hand over the documents to the authorities, and somehow they couldn't get them back. So they were sent from one city to the other to get the documents back, to get back home. So they couldn't.
Wow.
So they ended up staying there. So I have an older brother, 4 years older, and me and my brother were staying for 6 more months in Romania before we could go to Austria to get to my parents, right? And it was really tough, because at that time, I don't know if you guys know, there was communism. This guy Ceausescu was our dictator, and there was hardly no food. And if you got something, you were lucky. So you had basically to stay in line, and you couldn't get like all the time the food.
You only got what you were given, yeah.
Exactly. So it was really tough, and that's why my parents kind of wanted to escape from that. But it happened exactly the year when this revolution
Gotcha.
happened. So it was exactly a few months before. So we got to Austria, and my parents had to work what they got, because they were both studied people. They had university, but they couldn't work in their job because they didn't know the language. As a Romanian, you don't speak German. In Austria, you speak German, right? So they started to do whatever job they got, and me, I didn't know any German at all. I was just on vacation.
Did they teach? There was like, you learn it in school or anything like that, or?
I just went to school like a normal person,
right?
But I just sat there, and they were talking, and I was just yes and no, because I had no idea what they say. And I was lucky that my parents lived on the countryside in Austria, so it was not like in a big city where everybody's anonymous. Nobody cares about you. People cared about you there. And it was also a different time. In the 1990s, Austria was very different, let me put it like that. People were very helpful. So as immigrants, my parents got everything for free. They got like silverware.
They took care of them.
Everybody came and dropped something off that we could use, right? And it was really nice, And exactly that way also my teacher after school took some time to teach me German.
Okay.
But me, as a young, stupid guy that I was, and not really patient with learning language, I didn't really care, so I couldn't learn it. My mom was desperate because she saw this dude makes zero progress. But after a few months, like all of a sudden, I spoke German.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think as a kid, it's really
you absorb it more as a kid. I mean, we
absolutely.
see it with my nephew who came from Brazil, and he's fluent English now, and it's like kids just suck it in quicker, I think, than adults. And I think if you want to learn, you're going to learn, right? So, but
I think sometimes you have no other choice. Like I had no other choice. You learn it, or you
don't talk to nobody.
You don't talk to people. And there was a blonde girl, although I was just 7. There was a blonde girl. She was so hot.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk to her.
Yeah. So that's what made there was an influence there.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And that was my childhood. I used to live in Austria. I lived there for, I think, like about 26 years or something like this.
Wow.
And then all of a sudden, after university, I did university, high school, everything.
What did you study?
International business.
Okay.
What really helped me then
100%.
doing business and doing what I do now. Although people say school is not helping you a lot in life, I disagree. I don't know if I would probably do the same thing if I could turn back the hands of time and start over again. Probably I wouldn't do it, but it really helps me.
Yeah.
Like in business, when you learn in school the basics, it's really simple to do international business. I speak also French, German, Austrian, Romanian, and English.
That's awesome.
Which helps also a lot because
you obviously learned that in college as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm really blessed and thankful for the college time. Although somehow it was difficult because I did business already, and being in college held me back from making money.
Yeah.
Making money was not really
compatible. They didn't go well together.
They didn't go well together, exactly. So, it really, I blew up after finishing college.
Okay.
Because I could focus on my business, and it really helped me a lot. The reason why I started all this business is because my parents were always working and always saying, okay, we're going to work for the future. Sometime in the future, we're going to have money. We're going to do. And I said, okay, fuck that. If I don't do it myself, I'm going to be fucking poor forever.
That's true, man.
Stay poor.
Yeah.
So I did what I had to do. I started my own business. I followed my passion since I liked cars a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I bought my first BMW. It was a lease. It was a diesel, 2-liter diesel.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a proper BMW. I know. I'm sorry for that. But that was what I could afford.
The purists are going to be
they're gonna. And
I'm a diesel guy. I like diesel, but I have heavy equipment and big trucks, so
that's a different story.
Yeah.
So as a guy, you gotta have gas, like petrol, right?
100%.
So I started modifying that car, and I realized that there was no really nice wheels on our market in Europe. I was a lot on these boards in America, like GT board and M3 board and Beamer forums.
Yep.
At that time, there was no social media like 17, 20 years ago.
No, it was like AOL and
This was the only thing where you could get your information from.
I remember forums,
Where you could exchange with people, like see what they do, or like...
Sometimes it takes a week for somebody to respond, but
Well, times change so badly, so...
Yeah.
And I realized that there was no real nice wheel, but these forged wheels that you had in America. In Europe, it was not really popular. Forged wheels, nobody knew about that. So what did I do? I just inspired myself on the American market, and I did similar designs that guys did over here, forged in a cast production in Europe for little money. So people could afford it. I always knew that I want to do something for the people and not for the money. I want to create something. I want to do something that doesn't exist, because it's not always about money. It's about the passion. It's the purpose behind it.
100%.
And many people just follow the money and wonder why they don't make money. And some people do things to serve people and get rewarded for that.
But if you're truly walking in purpose, I think that comes. You know what I mean? If you're doing the right thing and you have a good heart about it, I mean, you're going to be rewarded. And most people just can't endure, the length or time period it takes for it to become something.
Especially nowadays, people are into instant gratification, but it doesn't work like that. I mean, I made my first money after like 5 years after starting
Yep.
my company. You know,
I tell people that it's like my first business. I worked my butt off for 5 years. I was cutting grass,
exactly.
and you know, you don't see anything until after that.
You
so.
got to be patient. You got to be consistent, and that's really difficult nowadays. And not only because of the times we live, but also because of the social media. Because you see, first 3 seconds. What is 3 seconds?
Yeah,
People don't have the patience anymore to wait.
can't
to,
even capture
to see
you
something
from
grow.
That's why I stick to reading too, because the reading it
Very
still
good.
keeps you captivated to what's going to
What do
happen
you read?
next. Yeah, self-help books, mostly you know, Rich Dad Poor Dad, you know, fatherhood books right now, how to be a better father, the Bible, and I start my day off every single day with a daily devotional, just to get myself going. And I actually just wrote one.
Okay.
Because that's, you know, kind of what helped me change my life, helped me change my habits, and you know, what better way to what somebody told me I should post a book every day on social media. So I said, I'm not going to post somebody else's book. I want to post mine.
Okay, yeah. Why not? I mean, you're already ahead if you read.
100%.
I think 99% of the people don't even open a book.
Yeah.
So then they wonder why they don't have the knowledge to do certain things, you know. And
Well, my
just
pops had
doom
he had an
scroll.
8th grade education, and this was back in, you know, he was born in the 49. So, he didn't learn how to read either. So I learned from him that like you could listen to books. And a lot of times, most of the time I spent, you know, in my early years of growth, you know, I was in the truck or in the vehicle. So what better time than to put something on and listen to it? I think I've heard every single motivational tape on YouTube that they're how to
But
start.
there are many interesting things on YouTube you can learn from.
100%. And that's why I say, like, our age group, I think we kind of learned how to utilize the information age is dead, in my opinion. Like, you can go to school and you know, I told my son this one time, and now it sticks with him. He's like, Dad, you told me I don't have to go to school. Like, I never said you don't have to go to school. I said that there's a lot of information now. You just need to know how to apply it.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to go to learn how to be a CEO in college from a professor who's never been a CEO. You know, you want to hear it from
Definitely.
the guys that has proof of success.
Yeah,
that-
experience. And
you know, and that's what we have today. And you just have to be weary, and authenticity is rare, I think, nowadays. But folks, I can see through it. I can see when people are fake or not.
But you can see why it's rare, because people don't allow you to be authentic, because once they see your true self, they start hating. And that's the point where most people give up or are ashamed or don't really want to show their real self, because they are afraid of what will they think about me?
Yep.
What will they say? And who the hell cares?
Exactly.
Who cares what people think about
The
you?
day I stopped caring is the day I started growing. You know.
100%. It's authenticity is the highest form of vibration, and once you realize that and you apply it, you're gonna see the change.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's gonna be really tough. I mean, I'm doing that, what I'm doing like for 17, 20 years, and I'm in a point where I don't really care anymore what people say, what people think, what anyone thinks, because time here is anyway short,
That's
and
it.
nobody will remember when you're gone. You're gonna be gone. So do whatever makes you happy or whatever you want.
That's right. That's right. That's the part of the someone said it to me. They said that, oh, you know, maybe you might get somebody like 2 generations from now, like your kids might remember. So while you're here on earth, you might as well enjoy, you know, your life. Spend it with good people. Spend your money. Don't go get the base model car. Get the one with the leather and the
Whatever
power
makes you
windows. And yeah, 100%. So talk about the entry into, I guess, entrepreneurial skills, because we talked about, you know, we know the wheel thing, but what was the day where you're like, I know you said like when you're a family, you wanted to grow, you wanted to be the next person to do something, and I had that kind of drive too, like I wanted to provide for my family, give my mom, like I bought my mom some gutters. Like this is the best thing that ever happened to her.
Absolutely.
But you know, what was that shifting point for you for any
Yeah,
of the
let's
younger
get into
guys?
it. I can remember that I asked my dad. I was, I think, 16 or something like this. I saw, you know, E36 M3. You know these cars, like the before E46. Car guys will know. If I would ever be able to afford a car like that. So we had literally no money. He said, of course you can have whatever car you want. And I was thinking, wow, why is he saying that? Right? So, yeah, many years passed and nothing really happened. So I said to myself, like I said before, if I want to start something, I'm going to die poor. And I don't want that. So I was looking for opportunities. So I kept my eyes open. I was looking for things. I was really like being very, I was looking around. Because some people, they just live and don't really look what's around them. So I was really taking care of what's going on. And as I told you, I was looking into these forums. And there was one forum in Romania, actually, because I was also active in the Romanian, like everywhere.
Right. Anywhere you can,
I could get my information from. And I saw a device. It was a device for the E46 models, BMW. Because at that time, you didn't have a CD, you didn't have Bluetooth, you didn't have anything. The only thing you had in the E46 was the cassette. You say cassette?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's the cassette track.
So there was a Chinese guy who developed a device which looked exactly the same like the OEM piece, but with Bluetooth, with CD, with MP3, with all that stuff. But it was Chinese.
Right.
So people were not really happy about Chinese stuff as they are not now. So I saw this thing. I ordered one for my car. I reviewed it. I posted into these forums. And I got a lot of negative feedback because everybody said it's Chinese, it's bullshit and stuff. But that was in Romania. Since I lived in Austria and Germany share the same language, I posted this also in Germany, where the feedback was not that negative.
Right.
People liked it. So I got the idea, let's sell it. But I didn't really have the money to buy 50, 60, 70 pieces because it was like $200 one. I didn't have the money. So what did I do? I said, okay, let's make a group buy. And in case there are 50 people who wants to buy it, I will sell it for $590 instead of $800. And guess what? Like these 50 people came together like in a few days.
Yeah.
And I collected the money from these guys. I bought these devices in China, delivered the devices to the people, but I didn't buy 50, I bought 100. Made another group buy and sold 100. And then I ended up selling thousands of these. So I made like my first million, I think, with these devices.
Wow.
And then the wheel, basically not, there was something in between. So after doing that, I made a lot of money. I opened an online shop, my own online shop. It was BMW Car Design.
What just for like everybody out here listening, what kind of time frame was this? What year was this?
This is 2006.
Okay. Yeah. So
Like
that early on into the
20 years ago. Yeah. So I opened this store where you could buy these devices. You could buy carbon fiber parts like hoods, trunks, lips, all these like mirrors for BMW only. So I started to import these things from Taiwan. Like I've sold a couple of containers. But the problem was always that there was a certain percentage in the container that was rubbish. It was garbage.
Gotcha.
They put it on purpose inside, so they get rid of this of the of the bad quality stuff. And I had a problem with that because I wanted to intervene in the quality process. So I said, okay, I don't want to be just a drop shipper or a distributor. I want to go deeper into it. So I wanted to be manufacturer.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I can't manufacture carbon fiber, it's too difficult, and it's a huge process to do so. But I could outsource my production and manufacture wheels because you can intervene in like the composition of the material, and like you can intervene here in literally everything to secure a certain strength, and so on. So I was looking for wheels. I didn't find any wheels, and I thought, okay, screw the whole carbon fiber and parts.
What are your thoughts on carbon wheels?
Carbon wheels are okay just for another purpose. What I'm serving people for is for look. Is for the look.
Right. Sometimes they're not always like carbon. They got like just the carbon on the outside.
Oh yeah, you can do carbon lips. We offer that as well.
But I thought about, it's not, what would be the purpose? Just lighter wheels, right? But aluminum's already pretty light.
Lighter wheels is just if you do track days or drag racing, that's where the true purpose lies of a carbon fiber or magnesium wheel.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, I would stick to the
forged
traditional materials, T60, 61 and stuff like that. But yeah, I found a manufacturer for my designs. I started because I love designing. I'm a guy, I always loved to draw. When I was a kid, I draw stuff.
You did all your own designs.
Yeah, I do my designing myself, but I don't manufacture since it's really difficult to manufacture in Europe. It's expensive. It's really difficult to get the engineers, people to work for you. And it's a good quality what they offer.
Yeah.
In Taiwan, in Thailand, I now manufacture in Thailand. No, never worked with China. Just with the MP3 device. It was
Right.
the only thing that I sourced in China. Otherwise, never worked with China.
Yeah.
And yeah, I started my own wheels, started advertising them, and it literally blew up. It became one of the major wheel companies in Europe since 17 years.
Yeah. And now in America as well.
In America as well, we are now starting to. I mean, we sold already in America, but being here it makes it much more easy.
Yeah.
And I simply love America. I love this country. I had the chance to meet really nice people who introduced me into the culture. Why you guys like guns, for example?
Yep.
Because for Europeans, it's something that some people don't really understand. But
Yeah.
once you understand what's about and the mindset behind it, you understand a lot more. And I really love this country. So
Yeah. No, I wouldn't have it any other way. There's a reason why lots of folks want to come here, and I can't imagine. I've never lived in another country, so I don't know. But I have visited a couple of countries, and you know, even I visited California. It was like another country too. So I just realized how blessed we are just to wake up in the morning, and you know, I that the story is amazing, right? Essentially, your car enthusiast mentality or mindset, waking up one day, having your dad say, "Yeah, you can have any car you want." Turned it into, you know, the growth and the drive that, you know.
The whole idea or the whole story started because I wanted cars.
Yeah.
So my biggest dream, and that's also a problem because now I'm kind of stuck, is that I always dreamed to own a Lambo. I put a Lambo on my Facebook cover at that time. I posted about this car. And for me, it was always my goal when I turned 35, I want to own this car.
Yeah.
It was literally impossible, money-wise, because I didn't really have this amount of money. But after that,
What was your Lambo?
The Huracan.
Okay.
So I was working, and I can remember I turned 35 in October 14. On October 14, and in May the next year, I bought the Lambo.
Wow.
When I turned 35, I really bought the Lambo, and it was kind of a dream.
Yeah.
Became reality. I couldn't really. I sat in this car and I said, "Oh my God, this is just insane. This is mine."
Yeah.
And I drove away with the car, and I owned it for 7 years. It was such an amazing experience. You can't even imagine. You need to feel all that, like the reward, the joy when you work to a purpose.
Yeah.
And you really make it and fulfill.
You
your
manifested it.
100%.
Yeah.
And
you made it happen.
after the 7 years, I said, okay, what am I going to do? Am I just sell it or give it another value? So I decided not to sell the car, but to make a campaign where we sell T-shirts. We sold T-shirts.
Okay.
And one of those guys who bought the T-shirt won the car.
Right.
And all the money we collected, we donated it to Romanian hospitals and animals.
Awesome.
There's an animal hospital. I'm a big animal lover.
Okay.
So 30% went to animals, 70% to hospitals.
That's awesome.
So we made this campaign. A young guy, he was 21, he won a Lambo. He didn't even have the money to pick it up. So he borrowed money to send a trailer to pick up the Lambo.
Wow.
Yeah, it was insane.
This was in Europe?
That was in Europe. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was 4 years ago.
Do they have tax like the IRS like we do over there?
Yeah.
Or like so like even because you know the people that give away cars here, they got to give away like the cash for the taxes too, because some people that can't afford the taxes
it was
for the car.
exactly like that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, some people hate it because they said, okay, he can't even afford all this cost, but he had also the choice to get $100,000 in cash. He denied it, so he took the car.
Wanted the car.
So we had options.
Right. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. So that was what happened to the car, and I'm really happy and proud of it because it just not only helped me to be happy, but also helped hospitals, animals. This guy probably he sold it, whatever he did with the car.
Yeah.
So it had a higher purpose and not just.
Oh yeah, it was Zed's Lambo.
It was Zed's Lambo, and now is probably gonna come another one.
You said something really, really important there, and you know we chatted about it in the beginning a little bit, which was purpose. You know, and it's, you know, we talked about it with, you know, my son. You're like, oh, you got into cars because of your son, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I did. You know, but there's like a feeling of you know, when you wake up every day and you have like a purpose or a reason that kind of drives you to be able to manifest those things in your life, right? And like when you love what you're doing, you never work a day in your life.
Absolutely.
That's what they say. And you know, it started for you very young. You manifested it. You went for it. You're in the car scene. You know, it's just amazing that a vehicle or something that people put gas in, you know, has such an impact. Or that fire that was in you when you sat in that car, you're like, this is mine. You know, everybody across the entire nation has that, across the world. So you know, I get that same feeling too. I had that same feeling. I joked with somebody the other day though. They were like, oh, you know, you don't really own anything. You just get to call it yours for a little while.
Yeah, but you know, it's not about owning. It's about also
doing what you want.
Also, but it's also a door opener, because once I got that car, people saw me with from a different perspective. I was suddenly the guy with the Lambo.
It's a networking tool as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it helps you to network, to get into circles you couldn't without it. So you can also see it as an investment, not only as a
definitely.
joy
Anytime you put a
mobile.
big down payment, it's like money in the bank, especially.
This is how I can see it. So for everyone who is contemplating about doing something like that, he can also benefit from the networking part, not only from like being a Lamborghini driver or whatever car it may be.
I think there's a lot of really good people in the car scene as well. Like
Definitely.
You go to these events and stuff and you see everybody, you're like, oh, what's up? And it's like you're friends. You don't see each other for a week or a month or whatever, but it's just like you just left the last time. Oh, how's business? How's this? You know, the electrician. Hey, this guy's. You need an electrician. This is the guy right here.
Yeah, absolutely. You can join a community or build your own community. What I do now is I don't have just a wheel business. I run 4 companies. I run a garage in Europe where we do modifying cars, like literally everything: body kits, PPF, wraps, suspensions, wheels, whatever.
We can never go wrong in that business.
Especially when you're a car guy and do what you love, because I've been in so many places and had my cars in so many garages, but none of those places put their energy into it. They did it just for the profit, just for the money. So let's do it quickly, blah, 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 no quality. Yep. What I'm doing, I want my people satisfied. I want my customers to go out of this place and say, oh my God, that's crazy. So always give a little bit more value.
Yeah.
And it's also always about the value. So if you provide value, if you give value to people, you're always going to be paid for that.
It's a dying thing too, to have people that actually have pride in their work.
I'm 100% sure, but that's the only way to success, for real.
Yeah.
If you're not really lucky to have like a very wealthy family or win in the lottery, you got to work for it. And in order to do so, you got to bring value to the
treat
table.
what you're working on like it's yours, even if it's, you know, I tell people that the type of work that I do, I mean, I work on this piece of property like it's my house. Would I pay somebody to do this at my house? Would I pay somebody to do this to my car? And you can never go wrong there. My wife's the same way. And you know, I think that's why there's been such success in businesses that, you know, people see that, they notice that. And nowadays, obviously with review processes and stuff like that, you know, and especially in service-based business, that, you know, you mess one little thing. You can look at any man's work long enough and find something wrong with it,
Absolutely.
right?
Nobody's
but
perfect.
Nowadays, folks just, they want that. A little mistake happens. She has perfect reviews because she's always, it's a guaranteed, you know, satisfaction guarantee. Oh, we broke the glass. All right, we're going to buy you a new glass.
So she takes care of every little detail.
100%. And that's, you know, that's what you're talking about, right? If something happens, like, hey, we scratched your car, we're going to paint it.
Yeah.
You know, we'll fix it. Yeah.
Fix it on your cost. Doesn't matter. You can't always win.
No.
You can't always win. There will be a customer where he probably will mess up something, but fix it in his favor. Don't let him wait. Don't let him argue with you. Just fix it and let him be satisfied. That's
the big thing, man. And that's the part I think is dying too, is that the customer is always right, because you're going to have to eat sometimes. And, you know,
absolutely,
you know, and that's where, you know, satisfaction guarantee really comes in. There are some Karens out there though.
You can't satisfy everyone.
No.
Never. It's not possible. There will be always people talking shit about you, and let them do.
Yeah.
The more I realize, the more people are hating on you, the more successful you are.
Means you're doing something right.
Yes, definitely. The more they talk, the more successful you are. If there's no hate, you are not relevant.
Yeah.
So let them talk.
You got wheels. You're in the garage business.
Yeah.
What else you got going
My third
on?
business is is called Z Media. We do online marketing for companies. I
Okay.
work together with basically the most successful, the biggest automotive manufacturers in the world, like Bilstein. They do
Yep.
suspension for all German performance cars. H&R,
Mhm.
maybe you know
I got
suspensions.
they're on my car right
I
now.
know all these guys. We do certain things for them, and some other clients, which we are limited. I don't work with everyone, just with
Right.
quality companies that match my quality standard. What I know, okay, this is a quality product.
You pick who you want to work
Yeah,
with.
I can't promote something that is not 100%.
Yeah. And that's where it's not all about money comes in once again, right?
Exactly.
So it's
Exactly.
about passion and purpose and to delivering a quality product and
Yeah, and the fourth one, we have a fitness app. My wife is
Awesome.
doing fitness. She's a personal trainer, and we developed an app for her, subscription-based.
Mhm.
And yeah, this is starting now.
That's the biggest thing, up and coming thing. Like we were just talking about, I got back into fitness. You know, I was overweight and obese, and I changed my habits, the way that I was eating and everything, and partnering with my coach who helped me to kind of get. I was 300 pounds not that long,
Wow.
a couple of years ago, and there's a shift in people not wanting to go out and party anymore, and not drinking has gone down. With the younger generation, and
You think it's just here in Florida, or is it like
well,
worldwide?
South Florida is. Everybody wants to look good
Yeah.
here, right? So I think
They
it's
also do.
It's an
They-
aesthetic
yeah.
thing at the same time, but obviously, if you look good, you're doing the right thing to be healthy as well.
Yeah.
So that goes hand in hand. Peptides, there's things that are coming into the realm now where mainstream medicine has kind of gone by the wayside. There's still a need for it. There's still
Yeah.
need for trauma. There's still need for surgeries and stuff like that. But some of the stuff that's come onto the market now in different research that's happening, keeping people from having surgeries and helping them heal correctly. And
Yeah, I think many people also prevent, like
100%.
do the blood work, do the math on the
Well,
macronutrients.
That's what when I went to the
Gym.
doctor, she's telling me I was overweight. I was snoring. My wife was sleeping on the couch because I was snoring so loud. I was like, what did I? Because I was overweight, obese, high cholesterol, high blood pressure. And I go to the doctor, and she's like, oh, we're going to put you on this medicine, this medicine, and this medicine. And I walked out. So I'm not taking none
No
of that because
way.
my father, all my family on that side, my dad's side of the family had died from either like a smoking related illness or cholesterol or heart related. So I'm like, man, I want to be on this earth long enough to where I can like enjoy my son, see him grow up, see my grandkids. And so I left and I went to school and learned about, I got a certified nutritionist, became a certified nutritionist, certified bodybuilder specialist, and certified personal trainer. Not because I wanted to do it for work, for the knowledge, because you don't have to take all those medications. You can change yourself. But why aren't the doctors and these people pushing that?
I think we know it.
Well, we know, but even someone coming out of school, they just do it because that's what they read in a book, and they're like a robot. Like, oh, you got to do this because of this. It's like, hey, what about like drinking orange juice every day instead of or whatever? Like,
In addition to that, do you think that, especially here in Florida or in America, if you don't take care of yourself and look in a proper way, that people don't want to do business with you because they think
I
you're
think
not
you
disciplined
carry
enough?
yourself differently when you walk in the room and you look like you take care of yourself. Like, you can't buy that. No amount of money can buy somebody that worked years to get to where they're at aesthetically. It's everybody thinks that it's like a magic pill or you're taking something and you turn that way. No, it takes years of discipline and hard work. And I think that in business, people respect that when they see it. You can
So
kind
it's
of
true, right?
yeah, 100%. Anywhere you can, not just in America.
I mean, I do take care of that. If I see someone that I can see he's working out and taking care of himself, it matters.
they're going to do good business. That's for sure. And it develops a different type of character, I think, too, because
Discipline.
discipline, straight up. I mean, that it takes hard work. It takes dedication for somebody to
You
get
have
to that
show
level.
up.
That's
Doesn't
it.
matter. You're tired, show up. You
That's
don't want
it.
to, show up. You have something else to do? No, show up.
That's it.
Just do it. It's the same thing with social media. You can't be successful if you just post one video a week and when there are people posting 3 times a day.
Yeah.
How do you want to be like in their feed if you don't post? So get the fuck out there, post your stuff. It doesn't matter if you want to or not. If if you're tired, just do it.
It's a sacrifice thing, man. How bad do you want it? And I tell my son the same. That's it. I tell my son the same thing. He's 15. He saw one of the influencers, and even when he was younger, he wanted to do YouTube. I said, all right, what do we need to do? Like, I got him the mic, got him the camera. Let's do it. I'm supporting you, whatever you want to do. I was his first subscriber. and now he wants to, he saw another influencer that's built scaling businesses. Well, he built every single platform. He built the logo. He went on sunbiz.org to make sure that nobody took that business name. Scale Engine is the name of it. And
this is 15, right?
15. He's already got that thing to the point where it's ready to go. And I'm like, all right, now what? Let's like start getting the following. Let's start getting you some. I have like 2 or 3 people that said they'll utilize him for business to grow.
Do you think that
business.
this younger generation now is much more like smarter and much
100%.
More developed than we are or we were?
Well, I think when you have at your fingertips, like your brain becomes a computer. Mm-hmm. Like we weren't as quick on our feet whenever we're just like, oh, pick up the shovel and dig dirt. It was like, no, he's playing video games I played video games too, but I wasn't. He's on Grand Theft Auto, and he likes firefighting. I used to be a firefighter, paramedic, so he got into it. He built his own fire department on Grand Theft Auto. He has guys working for him across the nation on his fire department. And he's got a spreadsheet of like the logos that he built for the fire department. Like,
it's a good training.
And 100%. And I'm, pushing him, and he's still standing back a little bit. And I'm like, I don't want to push him too hard. So it's like, when you're ready, let's go. I'm here, because he sees me with social media growth and the podcasts and things like that. So I think he gained some interest from that. And he, like, even with the car thing, kind of encourages me. So it's a win-win.
Yeah, you are his father figure, so
yeah,
you got to lead. Got to show him the way.
That's it. So, but I don't want to be like my dad, where I do, but I don't. In some instances. So
what you can do is learn from his mistakes. This is what I do. What I learned from my father, because my dad, it was exactly when pandemic started, beginning 2020. He had a stroke.
Yeah,
and he always said, like I said before, he always worked for the future. Sometimes in the future we're gonna have this and that, and just working. And his desire was to have a tennis court in his home, right? Private tennis court.
Because now it's pickleball.
Pickleball or padel.
Padel. I learned that one in Miami. That's big here, man. I just realized that.
I think it's global. Same in my country.
Because in bigger cities, I think it's more prevalent because they don't have big fields or areas for tennis.
But they build everywhere. You see them pop up like mushrooms.
It's fun. I played paddle.
I like it too. Yeah, me too. But I'm not an expert. I'm just doing it for fitness, for fun, just to move, to stay vital. And yeah, my dad always dreamed about things that he never had, because he worked all the time, like without any pause, not even in the night. Whenever he was awake, he worked. So he had a stroke. Now he's half paralyzed. And this was the moment where I saw, okay, that can't be it. You need to take time for yourself to stay healthy. Otherwise, if you lose your health, you lose basically everything. Yep. You can see also when you have a cold. It's just a fucking cold, but you are in bed and you can't do anything.
Right.
So imagine you have something more severe. So I started to work out more, to take care of myself, to take care of the nutrition.
There's one of the books I wrote that was kind of, my story was 8 years ago now. I was homeless. I was addicted to heroin and crack. I lost everything. I had a career as a firefighter, paramedic. Lost custody of my son. I was in jail. I signed over custody of my son. He was adopted. And, I came out of that. It was the first time. The last thing I tried and the first thing that worked was God. I found God in jail.
Came the switch with God? But there must be
there was a spiritual awakening for me that
because of suffering?
I couldn't forgive myself. I had dug so deep into a hole that I felt like it was easier just to keep digging instead of trying to come out. And
forgive yourself to what exactly?
I was filled with shame and guilt. I was doing things that I told myself I would never do. Shooting drugs. I was stealing from people that from my family. And I got to a point where nobody wanted anything to do with me anymore because I had burned every single bridge of anybody that was close to me.
So you couldn't go back to that, what it was before?
Yeah.
You could not.
Couldn't go back to that. when I got out of jail, I went to the only place that would take me was a ministry because I didn't have a job. I didn't have anything. So they took me off the street and, I only had the clothes on my back. And, I had developed a relationship. I don't call it religion. Religion, I believe, was created to divide. I'm spiritual. I have a relationship with God, and I speak with Him on a daily basis. We have this thing, we have this connection, and so I'm not like super religious person. I cuss. I'm not perfect at all. I argue with people. I fight. Me and my wife argue sometimes, but we still bring it back to like, hey, we're do the right thing, be a good person, love one another.
Did you ever tell this whole story to anyone, like public?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the whole thing, but little bits and pieces. Mm-hmm. That's how I started with the podcast. I was a guest, so I'm writing my biography right now.
It's very interesting. I think people would relate to it because there are for sure many people having problems and want to know what other people went through. So just dare to say it.
But so that's, it started that way. And then obviously, I progressed to, not wanting that for my life anymore. The first woman in my life that I couldn't manipulate pretty much said that like, hey, you either want that or you want me and you want a better life. And I truly didn't want that life anymore. And, we were living in an efficiency apartment together. We couldn't even afford the $500 a month rent 7 years ago, and helped her build her business. She took that leap of faith, right? Like, hey, I'm working for somebody. I'm used to this check that I get every week. And then she's like, hey, she's coming home crying in tears because the people were telling her to pass the Fabuloso. And I'm like, why don't you just do your own thing, And so I helped her to take that leap of faith, and she did it. And she's successful cleaning company and for years now. And it kind of took that same thing for me of just seeing where the next step was. Every time I had reached a goal, I'm like, what's next? Now what? Now what? And God just kept pouring it, like showing me. How like you're like, hey, I want to do this. And like something just happens in your life. Like you keep seeing it over and over again. People in your life are like, hey, why don't you do this? Hey, somebody said that. Why don't you write a book? Why don't you do this? Why don't you keep sharing your story? Because I was so humble, like I didn't want to give myself the credit. But, I think for me, it took that forgiving myself to be able to grow because
and to move on.
Yeah. And faith is, no matter what religion you're part of, or no matter what it is, faith is being okay with whatever happens, no matter what happens. Right.
Yeah. Especially with change, because everything's changing. We are in a constant change.
You're going to fail. You're going to mess up. Bad things are going to happen to you in your life. You either go through it and have faith and be positive about it, because either way you got to go through it, right?
Absolutely. It depends a lot on how you react to things in your life, because you can see yourself as a victim,
right, in
a certain situation, or see it as a lesson and learn from it and grow. So everything is a choice.
That's it.
It's up
perception
to
you. and how you want to see it. Yeah.
You. What you do with your life is up to you. There's no savior coming to tell you, come on, get up, do this. You got to do it. You got to stand for yourself. You got to work for yourself. You got to do it whenever you have to do it. It doesn't matter if you're tired, if you don't want to do it, if you're sick, you have to fucking do it.
That's it.
That's the word of the day. So I learned it the hard way. Same for myself. If you don't do it, and if you especially don't believe in yourself,
that's it.
There won't be anyone who will. So if you don't respect yourself, don't expect other people to do it or to treat you like a worm. If you treat yourself like a worm, so first start changing yourself. Everything starts inside of yourself. Start respecting yourself. Then everything around you, the whole perception of the people, the whole reality around you will start to change, and you will see it.
Yeah.
And it will happen right away.
Yep. Then like once you start winning those little battles, like, hey, this wasn't as bad as I thought it was. This is, and then the small battles become, like, hey, I just did 10 small battles, got me to the goal, accomplishing the goal that I wanted to accomplish. And sometimes, like for me now, it's just muscle memory. Like I'm just so used to it on a daily basis. Like nothing bothers me. I'm just overcoming any obstacle. I get paid to solve problems.
Yeah, and once you've been through so much in your life, then it's even easier because you know what to focus on. And you know what? I always learned that everything, even if it hurts very, very bad, it's temporary and it will change.
That's it. Everything's temporary.
Yeah.
Enjoy the good times while you got them. And the bad times, you know, everything's going to come to an end. So
100%. And there was also a time where I almost lost everything. I was with my ex-girlfriend. She cheated on me. She cheated with a good friend. He was in my house. He had everything. I pushed him. I supported him. And they did that behind my back. And it was not just a cheating. It was emotional abuse for like 10 months. I found out, because since I'm very famous in Romania, there was a guy who saw her with that guy obviously kissing in public. So he told me and I found out. And then I couldn't leave her. It hurt so bad that I couldn't leave her. And she was a narcissist and knew exactly how to manipulate me.
She knew what buttons to push.
She pushed exactly those buttons, and she knew exactly when so she came back. I took her back. And when she saw that I'm getting better, like psychological better, when I felt better, she left again. She took all her stuff, she left. And then when she saw, okay, she's losing me, she came back.
Yeah.
Begged for 8 hours that she's gonna stick with me, that we're gonna have a family, we're gonna have children, let's try it, it's over. And I took her back.
Yeah.
So, and this was it almost destroyed me, and I couldn't.
A roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster, and it's really damaging for your mental health. You are confused. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what to do. You can't focus on work, so you can't function anymore. So my business went down.
Yeah.
With every month, it went down, and even after, we separated for good. So I said, okay, it's over. I can't do this anymore. I was in a 2-year depression. So when you are constantly in your head, you can't really work. You can't put your creativity out there. So I almost everything, and it was really tough and difficult. And I'm really thankful for meeting my wife now, because she was on my side. She built me up. She was always there for me. She believed in me, and even when it was really, really tough, and she knew that I have feelings for another woman, she was there for me.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm so grateful, and I love her so much, and we have such a beautiful relationship. And I'm very happy.
You got to hold on to that.
Yeah.
You know, that's the biggest thing. Like with my wife, like there's a lot of fish in the sea, but like when you know you got the one, like you just got to,
But you feel it, right?
Americans, right? So the Americans are like, oh, you got to test drive the car before you buy it, this, that, and the other. And I remember, like, you know, whenever the opportunity, my wife was like, hey, I don't want to be with you unless you marry me. So I remember I went to the pastor, a Brazilian pastor. He's like, do you love her? I was like, yeah, I love her. You know, I was like, is she the one? Like, I don't know. Like, this is how Americans work. Like, just because you move in with somebody doesn't mean you're married. Like, it's not, you know, just a piece of paper. But no, it became biblical for me. Like, you know, if you make a vow, you put this ring is a sign that, you know, you're committing to a relationship.
I think
with
it's
somebody.
also for their safety. Their brain function in a different way than ours of guys. So for them, it's a kind of a commitment. You give them safety.
Yeah.
So it changes a lot in their brains when you do that.
The key word right there is safety. And like
Exactly.
she says it to me now, like she's like, I feel safe with you. Like that is my goal in life. Like when I wake up in the morning, I want that. That's what, as a man, I think we're supposed to provide and bring is safety. And that could be emotionally, mentally, physically, however you want to look at it. And in a relationship, I think that's what you're looking for is that, you know, feeling like you're providing in that way, because
as a man,
we're brought up to like, oh, as long as there's food on the table, like we're good. But no, it's way more than that.
Absolutely. This is what I found out with my wife, because I thought it's only about that. You got to provide, you got to be the one who brings the money to the table,
right.
But it's actually not. It's absolutely not enough. You need to be mentally there for her.
It's a balance.
Yeah, and totally.
And I've learned that over time. And you know, like I said, there was no other thing pointing in any other direction that this is the one, and I'm going to spend the rest of my life with her. And definitely a powerful move.
I always say when you find the right one, you understand why it didn't work with the others, right?
Yeah.
It's so different.
It's a true statement. What would Zed now tell Zed 10 years ago?
Don't listen to what people say. This is so important. You don't need to focus on anything outwards. Just go inside, and basically you are guided from inside. Whatever decision you need to take, just listen to your guts. They will gonna tell you exactly what to do. Don't need anyone else for advice, because people usually just take your energy, or energy get lost once you reveal certain things to people. Just do whatever you think it's good for you, and show up. Be consistent.
Okay.
Consistency is key. Believe in yourself. Don't give up. Just do what you think it's good for you.
Okay. What else you got going on right now? What's something big that's on the horizon, or something that you're working on, or something that you want to share with the community?
Especially what my wife does. It's really nice because she's 25. I'm 45. She's 25. I'm 44. She's 25. It's a big gap between us, but she's actually older than me in her behavior,
right,
and in the way she.
You find that a lot now. Yeah.
So I'm really proud that I can stand behind this project, because I see it as a project, and guide her and be like a cliff and standing behind her.
Yeah.
And supporting that project. She's really doing it with passion. You can
What's
see
the name of it?
It's Her Power.
Her Power?
Yeah, Her Power. And it's really her power, because you can see she's built for that physically. She's got the mindset. She's not just beautiful. She's so super smart. I don't understand how this is possible to have such a brain where she knows all this data. I tell she's my external hard disk, because she knows all this information that I can't keep in my head. It's impossible. And she blooms. You can see the more I spend energy, and I'm not talking about money, but energy and guidance into her. You see how she blooms, and she looks better. You can see how people react to her, and that's really nice. And all the other projects that are going on now, because I had just one company, and now I'm starting my journey with 4. And what I want to say is, what's very important in general for everybody is trauma healing. I made 2 or 3 years of therapy, and I really believe everybody on this planet should do that, because all the traumas that we had in our lives, probably also from past lives, if you believe in that, are consuming our energy. So if you have a certain amount of energy, like 100%, usually a certain percentage of this is consumed by the traumas we carry with us. Yeah. Once you heal all these childhood wounds or past life wounds, you start to feel a certain bigger amount of energy, and that helps you to do all the things you couldn't do before, like starting new businesses.
I think healing is a sign of overcoming, right? So you're able to overcome the things that that you held you back, So
and you eventually have more energy free that you can use to do whatever you wanted to do and couldn't, because you had no time. And that's why for me it was really hard the last 17 years to have one business. I was always stressed, always miserable, always focused on the things I had to do, and never had time to look around me to see that I finally succeeded, that I'm driving my dream car, that I'm married to my dream woman. And now I run 4 businesses with my left hand and have the time to enjoy all my life. And I really
believe you can take a deep breath and kind of enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Guaranteed, while working hard. Yeah. It's not that I just stop. I work really.
I think when
really
you
hard.
work hard though, it's hard for people don't understand that it's hard to not work. It's you think you're gonna get rich, you're gonna do great, and and you're just gonna retire and that's it. No, you can only go on vacation for so long. You can only be in paradise for so long before you want to get back to it, and that's why I feel I don't function properly. I don't say my plate's full. My plate has to be overflowing.
Absolutely. And if you are a hustler, you're always going to be a hustler.
That's it, man.
And what I also believe is that when you are really old, I don't know, 70, 80, once you stop working and stop doing something, this is when you're going to die.
Yeah.
Internally. And you're going to lose what you are here for.
Right.
That's why some people never retire.
That's why legacy is important, because when you do get to that point, you get to see what you built and created continue to live on.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, amazing conversation, man.
I'm happy. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we're gonna post all his links. We're definitely gonna get you guys, connected with him, and you probably already know who he is, but we're with the new app and everything. So appreciate the opportunity to be able to interview and
so
hear
much.
your story, man. And You got anything else you want to say?
Wow, yeah, I'm really thankful for having the opportunity to be here in America. I really love this country, as I said, and I would love to spend more time here. America has been good to me, especially Florida. I don't know where your audience comes from, but just wanted to say that I appreciate all of you. Stay safe, believe in yourself, and go for it.
Yeah.
Just take what's yours.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.